Hi, Gemini. Welcome back. This is Triska from Elements Tarot. So here we are in springtime. This is your read for Sun, Moon, and Rising for Gemini 19. So tomorrow, the 4th, we have a new moon in the sign of Taurus. If there's anything that you want to recreate or reboot in love, finances, career, this is definitely the time to do it. Starting anew, spring brings growth and changes and expansion. So, just a couple of little things first. If somebody could put a timestamp down below as to when the actual read starts, I would greatly appreciate that. I have a couple of things to say. First, I've been relatively quiet on social media. Back in March, my family's business went of 77 years, went up in flames. And there was a lot of emotions related to my family, especially my grandmother, who is one who would work there for years. So I took some time off in April, which is why we didn't have reads. So I rebooted and came back, and here I am. So also, in a former life, I was a jewelry designer because us Taurians love everything of beauty, right? I was in a very strong profession prior, before jewelry design, or after jewelry design. And I kind of, dropped everything. And then once I dropped the boots into the uniform, I guess that was a message. A good thing if I did drop that uniform. I'm sorry. Oops. You're talking to Gemini right now. Okay. He likes to have conversations too. So anyway, this is a anklet. It is Swarovski crystal, 6mm AB beads. It is absolutely beautiful. This is $5. You can email me at elementstarot3@gmail.com if you'd like one. Also, what you get with this anklet, I don't know if you can see it, but it is beautiful. And then it has a little tail here to hang on your the bone or in the back of where your ankle is, and it hits just a little bit higher than your heel. It looks great with dressing up, dressing down, casual at the beach. There's a little bit of glimmer associated, so it's beautiful. If you'd like me to charge this for you with any particular intent, I will do so as well. I will charge and give you, if you want this for love, then I'll give you rose quartz and I'll charge that. If you want me to charge this anklet for protection, then I will do so, as well as giving you a charged piece of jet, as well as if you want additional finances in business and money, then I will charge a piece of adventuring as well as the anklet and send that off to you. This is a great gift for Mother's Day. I could get it out for you, which is birthday, which is this Sunday. In addition, if you like a personal reading, I will give you a card. Contact information is on the front, as well as if you'd like to gift this anklet and stone for somebody, then I will put their information as to when their date of the reading is and their name, and give it off to them. It's a great little gift. It gets put in a little baggie like this, and off it goes. Okay, so also last thing is you can follow me on Instagram. I created it not too long ago. I'm very happy with what I did so far because I'm still learning technology stuff, and this is definitely new for me, being on camera like this. Usually I'm more comfortable being behind a camera, but just had the thought of doing something different, so here we are. So Instagram, I am beautiful. There's a new birth, possibly of relationship. There's joy, happiness, a lot of emotions with this. And birth doesn't necessarily have to be that of child. It could be a brand new project coming into a rebirth of yourself, which is what I'm feeling for many Geminis in the month of, and ongoing. Okay, so I'm going to use that as your center card, as a point, as you. So follow me on Instagram. Elements Tarot 3 is a handle. I do the card of the day. Hold on. Card fell to the deck. All right, and it is the 9 of Swords in reverse. So this is what you're coming out of in the month of. I know there's a little glare. I apologize, but I just absolutely love these cards. So there is something that you've been dealing with related to love that has given you some sorrow and some worries and some pains, waking up in the middle of the night, really overthinking something that has given you some, well, not some, but a lot of stresses coming into the first part of it. So right now I'm just going to be quiet as I choose the rest of your spread, and then I'll come back and we'll go over what's going on for the method. All right, so, and this is a good card that is on the bottom of the deck. We have the Seven of Cups. I'm trying to get the glare off of it. Seven of Cups in reverse. And this talks about really seeing things clearly now. The cloud has dissipated, and after that, you have your successes. Once you're able to see more clearly, there's success through hard work, grit, determination, and assertiveness. You're trying to control something difficult, and you could possibly be pulled in two different but separate directions. And you're on a roll here because you have the Three of Wands, which is your ships are now coming in. You're looking towards the future after I tell you what's going on here, because you've been hurt, you've been stabbed in the back, but something is over, and that person that you once trusted, you no longer trust anymore. A love relationship, a partnership. And I don't want you, now this is intuitive why I'm pulling from the bottom of the deck here, because there's the message before I get into your read. So I don't want you to have an imbalance in the month of April. Okay? Continue to have hope, because there's a sense of loss of hope here with the major arcana star in reverse. All right. But once you do that, there is victory. There is more work to be done around this situation. Some of you could be taking a break and going home or going away, but because you see things a lot clearer now with this brand new opportunity of love that you have here. What's crossing it is the Nine of Swords, and it is a lot of emotions around it. If you are or were involved with a Cancer, Pisces, or a Scorpio, Taurus, or Libra, Scorpio specifically because it's coming up, something is ending, and it needs to, because something wasn't just. In the past, there was no new beginning or the passion. It never got ignited the way that it should have, which left you in a hanged man state. This guy here is really comfortable, so he put himself there, hanging in basically like a yoga pose from a vine, from a branch, with his hands behind his back. You would think that this would be an uncomfortable position, but he's just there thinking about the next steps that he needs to take. And this situation that you find yourself in, I feel that it is a love situation, because it is smack dab in the middle of what's going on. There's a lot of anxiety, anxiousness, where you're giving yourself a headache. Why? What's crowning you is the Tower. Something unexpected happened, and it blew, the top of the tower came flying off. Lightning hit, and something unexpected happened. Now, for a lot of people, they say the Tower, yeah, it is a challenging card in the tarot, and especially in your wish position, you have the Death card. You have a lot of major arcana here, and a 10-card Celtic Cross spread, you have 5. So that's a divine message, Gemini. Things haven't been righteous. There was no continuing growth. Somebody could, how they say, if you say something, it's like words can be like toothpaste, you can't get it back in the tube again. Somebody could be very cutting, or you are coming up in your own spread, being defensive, being in the clouds. You could be dealing with somebody who is in law enforcement or a very strong persona, somebody in judge or law, very intellectual, but something happened where there is no order anymore. And I would like to say that there is some chaos, possibly around a water sign, somebody who is very confusing, somebody who gives love but then takes it back. I'm sorry, I just have to check my phone. A friend of mine had his spleen and a part of his pancreas, so I have to stay attention to the phone. But whatever it was with this water sign, I'm sensing a strong Scorpio. It doesn't have to be even a water sign. It could also be a Taurus, the Hierophant in reverse. If you are going inward this month of May to end something that no longer serves you, I feel that there is something new. And my intuition is telling me that after something did not work, because I have the Tower here with no new start, and the Empress in reverse, there is no growth, there is no expansion. You are up in the middle of the night worrying about this, but still I'm sensing that there is still something that is brewing in the love sector in a positive way for you. Something needs to end, and it's scary for you. 3 indicators here where you're stagnant now. You don't know where to turn. Things have been unbalanced, and still in the month of May there is an imbalance, but definitely in May there is something ending. And to be totally honest, I am feeling that you don't need this situation anymore. You don't. Because it was you who was always trying in order to grow, in order to expand this love relationship. But something was just not in order. And I think you could have seen some signs from the beginning. Why is the Tower here? Why is the Tower here? You were trying to get what you reap, you sow. You planted a lot of different things. You planted love. You planted foundation. You planted communication. And then all of a sudden, there's a sense that you need to walk away from this, and you're not trying, but you're taking a little bit with you to plant someplace else and go forward and start anew with that. Because with this happening here, there's no new start. And every situation that happens in our lives truly is a lesson. Knight of Wands, the fastest knight in the deck. There is truth. Maybe you're finding the truth. There's information coming in quickly and swiftly. I feel that somebody here is somebody is going to come rushing into you, possibly with another love offer. Now, if it's the person that is ending, I don't want you to, I'm just the reader here, okay? But I do not feel as though that it would be advantageous for you to reboot this, even with the new moon tomorrow. I'm sorry. The garbage man is outside, and this little guy is going nuts. I'm sorry. Just sit down. Sit down. I'm talking to Gemini right now. Maybe that's a message. I don't say that there are any coincidences at all. So I'm not feeling that this would be good for you. And I don't think he thinks that would be a good thing for you to start a conversation. But with the other people, I feel that something else is coming in. And it's going to be quick. There could be apologies coming forward. He's out the door. Or he's trying to get out. So yeah, let's see. Why is the Hangman? And after time of a breakup or something negative that takes place, you need, I don't know why. After time where something happens, you need time to rest. And that's what the Hangman is here for. It's giving you a headache. Go into your meditation. Let me just open that. Sorry. He's protecting us from the garbage man. You need that time to reboot yourself, or maybe even come back to a place of loving yourself having hope and faith and the belief for you, getting back to who you really are with all of this stuff happening. And I'm glad because, yes, the truth is coming out. Success on a difficult path here. End what needs to be ended. Say and speak your truth, because what I see here is you're better than this. You're the one who is trying and trying and trying to get things to stop from the love, like overwhelming happiness and joy. And somebody came in on that joy and just stomped it and put a heartbreak to it. We had, in the past, you knew something was not going to continue, but you continue to try to love and expand this, and then it's just it's ending. Something happened or will happen. If you get a sense that your relationship is fizzling out, and I don't want to bring negativity into a reading, but this is just what I see right now. We have the Tower that crowns you in the past, Ace of Wands, the Empress in reverse, coming up the third week of May. And you're going into the Hangman phase, and that's okay. After something unexpected happens, and the top is blown off of the tower, flames, destruction, and something ends. Why is the Nine of Swords here for Gemini? Nine of Swords for men, Gemini. When something ends, again, you have your success. Just like I pulled right here, put this deck down. This is what I ended with. Once something ends, there's still more work to be done, but I'm feeling that work needs to be done, and it's you, that you need to work on yourself. That's why you are, in the month of May, going into this Hangman phase. And when I say spring grows, spring is a rebirth. There is a rebirth with you here with this transformation card of death. I really love this card as well as the Tower. As much as it may hurt or some aggravation, sorrow, worries, tears, you're being put on a path that you need to be on. And going forward with this situation in your life, I am feeling for you that this is a lesson to let you know that you now know what you don't want in a future relationship. But I do feel that somebody else could be coming in for you because you are getting your victory. Just stay on your platform as you need, but don't stay here too long. Go into your meditative state. Release the anxiety of having a headache and stresses. Easier said than done. Trust me, we've all been there. What is the Hierophant in reverse? Why is the Hierophant in reverse? Why is there the discord of no order? Insomnia, seeing things clearly. Things could have been hidden from you as well. Some deceit, emotions, raw emotions, and I am going to say that this is with the water sign. Why is this Ace of Swords here in reverse? Why is this Ace of Swords here in reverse for Gemini? You can see that, it just turned over. Strength. You know, it's funny, I usually start meditating prior to do the read for a particular sign. And I meditate while I shuffle the cards with messages. And I just let the cards fall as they, and this was one of them in the upright position. Major Arcana, Strength. There needs to be an understanding. You have a life force with the infinity symbol above this person's head. You have knowledge, there is purity, but you don't need physicality in order to rule. You do that with your mind. If any of you have animals that unconditional love, stay close to them this month. Give your love to them. Get out into nature. That will help as well. Ground yourself, listen to music, because after this devastating situation, and I am so sorry, Gemini, I don't want to bring you these messages, but this is just what the cards are showing me. You don't realize, you not see, a small group of you not see that you have your victories already because of something that doesn't work out. Something that was in balance, that didn't work out, that you didn't have your wish, is actually going to turn into a victory for you, but there is work to do. That work is going internal this month for you, where you will be coming out of that tower-like moment. And that is clarifying the ace of, oops, almost lost all the cards. I almost had it, but I saved it. This Nine of Cups in reverse, the wish card, is clarifying the Ace of Wands. You didn't get your wish. There was nothing new that had started. Don't be taken over the coals by somebody's words. Something that does not work out doesn't work out for a reason, because there's something better. Any time that I get messages from Spirit, I get a really itchy nose, so I apologize. And okay, so why is the Hangman here? Why is the Hangman here for Gemini in the month of... Okay, so you be going home, something with a trip that did not transpire. You just be going home to relax. Get a strong sense of going home, just to cleanse. Three of Wands in reverse. What is the Death card here for Gemini in the month of... Why is the Death card here? Eight of Swords in reverse. Where you may have not wanted to see the situation for what it was, you're coming out of that. You're getting out just in time, so you don't have to spend more of your time working towards something when it is not going to. Why is the Empress again? I need to go back to this Empress in reverse here. Why is this Empress? Why is this Empress in reverse? May 2019. Soulmate card, Two of Cups in reverse. Yeah. Something is not working out for a good reason. And it is, whether you feel it now or not, you will at a later date in time. You will get your victory and a new love and messages that come swift. You're finding out the truths of a situation. You can't make this stuff up. Messages are given. All right, Gemini? One overall card for Gemini. One overall card for the month of Gemini 19. What is the message that they need to hold on to for... You're walking away with some tears associated. You're looking into the cup. This is the After Tarot deck, and I love this deck. It works really well with the Rider-Waite. So here, you're walking away for something better, something victorious, right? Something victorious. You could be going home to heal, continuing to have the strength that you need. But remember, have the hope and faith, because right now you do not. You need to heal, and that's okay. Hangman, go ahead and heal. You need this time. Walking away for something better, and it's coming. But there's more work to do. You need to do the inner work in which to heal. Gemini, if you like this reading, give it a like up. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, and I'll be bringing you more messages. I wish you a healing month in the month of, and all the best. I'll see you.